Tech Cocktail Conversations, candid insights from startup founders, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders from around the globe.
Thoroughly Innovative is a mobile solutions company. It's based in Washington, D.C. that I founded 3 years ago. We started with about 2 people. We're up to 15 employees right now. We are expanding into offices into New York also. About 2 years ago, I did a summer youth hackathon in Anacostia, and we worked with kids for 2 days from underserved communities to try to build some mobile applications, help them understand mobile products. It was a great success, but the thing that I found disappointing was at the end of the weekend, the kids that were excited about it, there was nothing else for them to do. There was no after-school programs, there wasn't happening in school, so I'd been thinking, is there something I can do? I was on a plane trip coming back from California on business, and the gentleman sitting next to me, Patrick Gussman, him and I were talking about this, and he said, hey, you might have an idea. Then a couple of months later, we had an opportunity to fill in for a math teacher that had fallen ill at Howard University Middle School and was going to be gone for the rest of the semester. And they said, hey, can you guys do something? And so we went in and we kind of taught the kids a little bit about technology, mobile application development, what I do, and that, because a lot of them had never met a developer, they didn't know what it was. I mean, one of the things I tried to press upon them was that you use your phone every day, maybe you should wonder how did someone make these apps work? At the end of the program, they did a kind of like a pitch competition. I think Microsoft came, Comcast came in, and the kids were very excited about it. Then Howard University allowed us to start the program again this year. And so this year it's a little bit more structured. So we're starting with the whole software development cycle. So I have my employees volunteer their time. We go in there 2 days a week, and we started with requirements gathering. Then we did about a month of UI design using Fluid UI to build out a map. And now we're kind of splitting the teams up between the people who seem to be more technically challenged. They'll stay on more of like the UI stuff and requirements gathering. And then the more stronger technical people, we're going to actually teach them how to do some JavaScript, build some mobile web apps, and then kind of wrap them in PhoneGap for a final solution. One of the interesting things that I found is that once you find something that interests them, they will zero in on it and stay focused. But these are middle school kids, so they're very easily distracted. And so the challenge going in there every day is, what can I say to these kids, or what can I show them that will make them actually look up and pay attention? So like one of the things that I told them was about privacy. Like I said, anything that you tweet or you put in Facebook or picture you take on Instagram, it's going to be out there forever. And they were just completely blown away from even just a simple concept like that. They're like, I need to make sure I'm careful what I tweet, what I say. I remember the first time I just wrote a little bit of HTML and then opened it up in a browser, and then they saw it. It was like a light going on in some of the kids' heads, and that's the exciting thing, is to see kids who never even thought about this before suddenly becoming interested. One of the teams that we worked with actually won a Verizon award for DC, and Mayor Gray actually gave him a shout out at an event last week for an app idea that they had. And what it does is that encourages them to stay more involved in it when they actually see that they're being recognized. One of the things that we're trying to do with the kids is to get them to come up with some sort of social aspect around it. So one of the kids last year came up with an idea around financial planning. Another one was about shopping for clothes. So it's kind of things that they're like. A bunch of the boys came with an idea about keeping track of the latest Jordans when they come out, because a lot of them are sneakerheads. And so those are the type of things. What we try to help them do is focus on things that are important to them. Because what I say is that, you want to create something for you, because nobody else will, right? They might, but you might as well. If you're going to spend your whole day looking at your phone, do something for yourself. What inspires me is when I started programming, there was no one to help me. I was kind of what you call a typical nerd. I was a small, skinny little kid. I got picked on at lunch, and I just didn't go out at recess. And there was a computer that was sitting in the library because this is a while ago. The librarians didn't even touch it. I asked, hey, can I look at that? And that's how I taught myself to program. And now I want to be there for someone else. like I said, I walk in one group of kids I met with, I said, does anyone in the room know anyone who's a programmer? And none of the kids knew anyone who's a programmer, right? So if I could just expose one or two of those kids, that's good.